Are you helping your body thrive? This video, we're going to talk about the benefits of adopting a diet that allows you to remove and eliminate obstructions and waste from your system. When you do that, your body will be able to truly thrive as it was intended to do. Stay tuned. What is the potential of the human body? I would submit to you that we really don't know that. There is so much misinformation when it comes to the nutritionists and the doctors and that entire field of trying to examine the body and dissect every little cell and every little thing, especially when the goal is to support an existing problematic theory of protein and vitamins and all of these kinds of things, of which can get you lost and not lead you toward real health and real healing. And what was discovered way back in the early 1900s by a brilliant artist and healer named Professor Arnold Ehret is that by removing foods that cause and leave behind mucus and pus in the body, we are able to transform our bodies and our lives and increase our vitality tenfold. You know, one story that Professor Arnold Ehret told was during a period where he was eating what we would consider to be very mucus-free, a lot of fruit. He did a bike ride in across the north of Africa in a bunch of different areas, and he was able to do that eating foods that you're not supposed to have energy in our ethos, in our realm and world. We say, well, if you're not eating enough dead animal carcasses and you're not supplementing enough, if you're not paying thousands of dollars to buy a bunch of vitamins, then you will not have the vitality that you should have. Oh, don't worry about those strokes. Don't worry about those heart attacks. Ignore that. We don't know what that is. We don't know why that happens. Ignore that. Ignore respiratory issues and people dying of respiratory infections and clogged up mucus in the lungs, and don't worry about that. But take these supplements, add more nutrition, add more, have an extra serving of pus, put some more meat on your plate. This is the ethos, and this is what we have to break. If you're coming from that, you might think that you're real healthy. You say, well, I eat a little bit of chicken, or I have my little bit of fish, and I eat some vegetables, and you might have real small portions. And ultimately, you need to take it another step further if you want to get the true vitality that is your birthright. And not only vitality, but longevity. Because, my friends, there's a difference between stimulation and true vitality. And most of us only know stimulation, because since we were very young, we've been eating the most stimulating foods that are not really food, but we've made them foods. These stimulating substances, the dead animal flesh, things that we were never supposed to eat, the dairies, high processed grains and starches. So we get a momentary burst of energy. It's like, boop, boop, boop. Whoosh, yeah, woo, meat, all right, let's go run, all right, I'm getting hungry, better go eat again, boop, 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 all right, hey, how you doing, okay, all right, hey, all right, I see you over there, woo, better, let me get my supplement, okay, let me eat some more, all right, hey, nightclub, all right, hey, Yeah, okay. All right. Ooh, I'm getting kind of tired. Let's go home and go to bed. Whatever, 10 hours later or however long people sleep. I don't know. I sleep about 4 hours a night. If that, I've been doing 3 recently, but I don't promote that. I'm just saying there's more to life than sleeping, and there's more to life than what people think. You know, they don't really, you don't know what it, that's what I'm saying. You don't know if you haven't checked this other thing out. You don't know. It rewrites all the rules that you thought were rules. They're not rules. They're pus and mucus mandates and guidelines, you know, a lot of it. There's so much of it. So that's that grind. That's the, you know, the pus and mucus shuffle. And you can do that only for so long. So yes, you can enjoy for what you think is enjoyment. You can do that for a short period of time, but it catches up to you. It ages you prematurely. You don't have to age that quickly. It causes the ailments that you start to have once you get into your 40s and your 50s. A lot of folks already are dealing with, I get messages from folks in their 20s and their 30s that already have massive issues that normally older folks wouldn't get. So it's starting to happen younger and younger. Why? Because we are getting physiologically weaker. Mother Nature is stepping in and is saying, hey, you need to stop. You need to make this change because this is not sustainable. Maybe your grandparents were able to deal with it. Maybe your parents could deal with it. You're not going to be allowed to deal with it as long as they did. So you need to make a change. That's why it's beautiful to see young people getting on board and really understanding that plant-based is the only way to be. Getting off of the pig and the cow and the dog and the cat. And I say dog and cat because that shows you how stupid that is for us to be eating any animals when we segregate them. And just based on tradition, we say, okay, these cows, that pig, maybe that raccoon, definitely that deer, we say, well, those are okay to eat. But, well, this dog, well, I think I like this dog. This dog is cute. Come on in. The cat. But I could show you a video right now of folks that eat cats and dogs, but it'll probably get banned on YouTube, so I won't even show the clip. Because the last time I did put the clip on, that's what happened. It's okay to show people eating chicken, to show people killing the chicken, to eat it. But if you show people killing the cat to eat the cat, that gets banned on YouTube. Makes no sense. There's no logic. I've never even seen the pus eaters come forth and really try to even defend that logic. They usually leave that alone, you know, because you ask them, okay, well, why is it okay to eat the cows, but we're leaving the dogs alone and the cats alone? Ask Savage or Savage or whatever his name is. Ask him that one. I'd like to hear the response to that. It's okay to eat all these other animals. Why aren't we eating everything? Just eat it all. Eat the tigers. Eat the bear. You know, well, I guess people eat bear. I don't know. It's a mad world. Mad pus-based mucus world. Because it makes no sense. And that's the problem. If we're going to get ourselves together, we're going to get our families together, we're going to get humanity together, we got to get off of pus and mucus forming foods on a large scale, on a grand scale. And we can, because the consciousness is raising. People are starting to understand this is not how life is supposed to be. That we don't have to have this stratification of these class systems in the way that it is. Where, you know, folks at the bottom, and of course, I mean, that's a whole other video to really get into the politics and the analysis of that. But understand that this is an unprecedented time in history because there was no other time when the rich ruling class died of the same exact diseases and illnesses from eating the same pus and mucus as poor people. Now somebody will come and say, well, people with more money have better health care, health insurance, and access to better doctors, access to better blah, blah, blah. Well, they are able to get better care as they deteriorate from their pus and mucus addiction. So yes, they can get great care, even though it's not great, because all of that money that they're putting in, you mean that they can't get some fresh juice after they have a stroke and they're in the hospital because they refuse to stop eating pus and mucus forming foods? That millions of dollars that some of these folks put into this so-called good healthcare hat, and they can't get fresh juice in their room? You're giving them refried beans, and I'm talking about rich people. They can't get fresh juice in their room. They can't get a colonic system in their room to actually help them heal from the tragedy, whatever tragedy they have been fallen. So that's not going to help you. You're better off with your own juicer, with your own box of oranges, your own box of lemons, your own box of apples, your own pineapple, your own cucumbers and celery. Making your juice, lay down, let your body do what the body is capable of doing. So with that, I thank you so much for tuning in. Together, we can transform this world. We can transform this planet. But it's going to take a concerted effort. First and foremost, you got to get yourself together. You got to cleanse your vessel. But then as we all are cleansing our vessels and we start to come together, we are going to be able to totally transform this society, this world. I'm so excited about that. I'm excited to see the changes because it's already happening. 15 years ago, we was sitting around talking about veganism is going, even though it's going to be mucus-based, veganism is going to start catching on. And I'm seeing it here as I visit the great state of Miami. I know it's not a state, it's a city, making a joke. Down here in Miami, a ton of vegan restaurants, a lot of vegan consciousness. It's not even weird here to say you're vegan. That is generations and light years from when I started practicing the diet up in the moldy Midwest. I'm hard on the Midwest, believe me. That you couldn't even talk about vegetarianism without getting a weird look. People like, you don't eat meat? Well, where you get your protein? But what about fish? I mean, literally every time you say, well, I just eat fruits and vegetables. What about fish? Why would you go to fish? I just told you I eat fruits and vegetables. It's even worse for Brother Ehret because he's just fasting, and then so he'll be drinking juice and be like, okay, well, so you're just drinking juice. What are you eating? He just told you he's not eating, he's drinking. He's 15 years ago. Now, today, I could have that conversation like with a lot of people just walking up down the street, and it wouldn't even be weird. They would be like, oh, okay, cool. I did a cleanse yesterday. I mean, it's starting. I know that it's like microcosms, it's certain cities, it's certain locations, but that's how it starts. It gets started there. You're already seeing it. The vegan labels all throughout the stores. That was like, that almost makes it feel like this is an alternate timeline from where it started. That's what the transition is and what we've been talking about. It's a manifestation of the work that I know that we've been doing and that a lot of other people have been doing to bring this reality into fruition. This is how it happens, and it's happening already. Jump on board, help us make it happen even faster and even grander. Because this is just the first step. This is just the first step of the transition. People getting exposed to, opening up to, and experimenting with something like veganism or a plant-based concept. Whatever insert concept here, whatever it is, it's part of the transition, because it will take a wide, huge transition for humanity to heal itself and overcome. And it's gonna happen. I guarantee it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen either with or without you and your bloodline. I want your bloodline to be a part of this. I'm not just talking about you, your bloodline. Your bloodline. This is about the blood, and this is about the bloodline. That's the one thing that is ancient, that has been here as long as we've been here, is this blood. So you want to get in touch with your ancestors, you have to look no further. It's blood that's coursing through you. And we don't even care about it. All we want to do is test it for levels of chemistry. We're not interested in the ancestors are trying to give us messages through our blood. Where's that test? That's the real test. That's what your connection with your blood. That's your connection to nature. It's all connected. From the earth, from the ground, from the soil and the grass and the trees, to your blood, to the blood of the animals, to the blood of the cows and the pigs and the fish. One blood. Now I have to give Brother Air credit for that. That's one blood. That's something that he came up with, but fit perfectly here. One blood. It's all connected, from chlorophyll in the plant kingdom to blood in the animal kingdom to various forms of other saps and slime and other critters. It's all about the blood. And we have the technology and the information and the methodology to transform that blood, transmute that blood into something. You want to talk about immunity. Now we're talking about the real immunity. Make your blood immune from any illness. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen with one life or a couple generations, but this is the path and the only path that we have to take. So if for people that are health conscious, if you have enough vitality to do your morning run, to do your evening run, to go work out at the gym, to get on the treadmill, then have enough discipline, have enough vitality, investigate the fruits and the vegetables, investigate cleaning out your colon, investigating getting rid of the worms out of your stomach, out of your intestines. Investigate that. Put some of your discipline toward that. And we will transform this world together. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful day. Dancing, singing, rejoicing. Happy to be alive. Happy to be pus and mucus free. Let's go get it done. I thank you for tuning in. Before you go, click right here. Check out this video. Great video. I want you to really pay attention to this one. This is a really good video. Click it right now, and I'll see you over there. Peace, love, and breath.